Hello there. This is going to be one of those not so fun news update episodes. I've learned a lot this month about the various financial elements that would have to come together to give us a Teen Wolf Season 7, and I'm sad to say it's almost all bad news. Basically, MTV and their parent company, Viacom CBS, don't have enough money to make Teen Wolf happen.
From the worldwide headquarters of the Beacon Hills News Network, this is Teen Wolf News.
I'm Paul Ray, and I always try to keep you up to date with the latest news about the future of Teen Wolf, but this channel is usually just fun little videos about the show. Now, if that sounds like something you'd enjoy, check out the channel and subscribe for new videos every week. Now, let's get into the financial reality of why there probably will not be a Teen Wolf Season 7. As previously reported, ownership of the beloved Teen Wolf television universe is split between MGM, Viacom CBS, and creator Jeff Davis. Nothing new can happen with Stiles and Scott and all the rest without all three of these entities agreeing. Jeff and MGM have talked about a reboot, but they can't use anything from the TV show without a new agreement with MTV parent company Viacom CBS. MGM is now for sale for $5.5 billion. And I had hoped that Viacom CBS might buy the movie studio for its new streaming service and then bring all of Teen Wolf back under one roof. I had this fantasy about an expanded Teen Wolf universe with multiple shows exploring different aspects of the character history and the mythology. It was always a long shot, but now it's clear to me that MTV's overlords don't have enough cash to make this happen. I ran across this at thebulwark.com this week. It's from industry insider and former studio head James Emanuel Shapiro. He did something similar to what I did last time in trying to assign odds on who would purchase MGM and its various intellectual properties like Teen Wolf and James Bond. His money is on Apple, since they've already been sniffing around MGM, and Apple is trying to make a play for content creation and streaming. Shapiro believes the baby streamer will need things that MGM has, like a full-fledged movie production and distribution infrastructure, and that impressive library of film and television properties all ready to stream on the Apple TV Plus platform. Most importantly, Apple has a shit ton of cash on hand, meaning they can actually make it happen. Shapiro claims they have $192 billion available. That would make MGM's $5.5 billion price tag just pocket change for the guys over at Apple. Shapiro puts the odds at 3-1, a 75% chance that Apple will buy MGM, with other contenders like Disney and Amazon way off the pace. As for Viacom CBS, Shapiro barely mentions them. He says they've got like $3 billion on hand, which wouldn't be enough to even open a conversation with MGM. That pretty much kills my fantasy about an expanded Teen Wolf universe on the Paramount Plus streaming platform. Even if they bought MGM, Viacom CBS doesn't have enough money to exploit the IP in a way they would need to in order to make it work. I honestly hate this. Those expanded universe Teen Wolf shows could have been amazing. Anyway, back to reality. Under the Apple buys MGM scenario, our Teen Wolf universe would be owned by Apple, Viacom CBS, and the show's creator. And once again, all three would have to sign off to make anything new happen. There is no reason to think MTV would treat Apple any differently than they're currently treating MGM. It comes down to this. Viacom believes their ownership in Teen Wolf is a valuable asset. They're not going to let it go, and unfortunately for us, they either don't want to make more of the show or can't afford to make more, and then refuse to let anyone else have a shot at Teen Wolf. Of course, Apple has enough money to actually buy Viacom CBS, but that's not very likely because Apple is not run by dumb people, and there's no reason they would buy a dumb company like Viacom CBS. Yeah, I've never been a Viacom fan, but I'm not just being mean here. They're genuinely stupid when it comes to playing in the new and expanding television landscape. For example, they just debuted their lineup for the new Paramount Plus streaming service.
On Paramount Mountain, an extraordinary expedition begins. Heroes and truth seekers, leaders and intellects, world travelers, world champions, and also Snooky of the Jersey Shore.
This sucks. I'm too hungover for this.
You can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I am 100% confident that no one under the age of 50 is really excited for this shit. With the exception of their expanded Star Trek universe, there's nothing here to pull in new subscribers. They're basically putting their broadcast and cable channels onto streaming. It's a dumb model. It struggles in the shadow of straight streaming plays like Netflix, Disney Plus, and Amazon Prime Video. Paramount Plus is essentially a pay streaming service with content all targeted at the rapidly shrinking audience that still loves their network TV. I mean, Viacom CBS doesn't have all the intellectual property to put together like a Disney Plus, but they could come close if they were smart. But they're not smart.
On Paramount Mountain, our heroes continue on, step by careful step.
We need to shed weight!
You should probably take your shirt off.
I'll take my shirt off. If it
I
helps.
shouldn't be surprised. This is their pattern. Viacom did absolutely nothing right during the fall of cable and the rise of streaming, and I never expected them to suddenly get smart after they took over CBS. So again, Apple is not dumb. They're not going to buy this stumbling wreck of a company. So where does that leave Teen Wolf fans? Well, it leaves us right where we were when the show went off in 2017, with no chance of it returning anytime soon. Yeah, I can't leave the video there. It's too depressing. How about this? It seems we're not the only ones lamenting the loss of Teen Wolf. I've actually seen a couple of articles this week from minor publications, blogs, and podcasts who say we deserve more Teen Wolf. Over at Paste, TV critic Alexis Gunderson laments the loss of all of MTV's scripted programming. To her, that period between 2011 and 2017 was a renaissance of youth-oriented television that's never been replicated anywhere else. It's a good read. I've linked it in the description. Meanwhile, Cody and Bryce at the Netflix Life podcast had a lot to say about shows they think the streaming giant should save. And Teen Wolf made their short list.
How likely is it that you think this will happen? If you had to put like a number, like 1 to 10, 10 it happens, 1 it doesn't happen. Where are you on the scale right now?
I think it's like a strong 8, and that's just because like the key thing is the cast.
Again, the link is down there if you're interested in more. So you can see that you and I are not alone in our desire to bring Teen Wolf back from the dead. It's just not bloody likely to happen anytime soon. I'll keep you updated if anything else comes up. For now, though, thanks for watching, and remember to do all the YouTube things. Like the video, comment on the video, or subscribe if you feel like it. I'll see you next time for another trip back to Beacon Hill.